be on the next blank page inside your math notebook is on the board. Today we're going to continue talking about that number bet. We're going to use that number bet to build some numbers, just like when you were in kindergarten and you used the alphabet to build words. Today we're going to use our number bet to build numbers. I love that I see Avery's got her notebook out. She's writing that title down on the next blank page. Math. Math is blue. If you weren't sure, you could look over here and see that it's blue. We talked about the number bet a couple of days ago. What is the number bet? You remember? What is the number bet? We also wrote it in our notebook, so if you want to turn back in your notebook and look, that's why we wrote it down. So in case we forget, we could look in our notebook. Jordan, what is the number bet?
The number bet is like the alphabet.
Yeah, it is like the alphabet. Instead of having letters, we're using digits. Underneath that, write digits. Digits are like our letters. Using digits. There are 10 digits that we use. Can I remember what they are? There's 10 of them. What are those digits that we might use, Cole? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 10 is not a digit. You're so close. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13. Nope.
Oh, 0.
0. So our digits are 0 through 9. The reason why I told 10 is not a digit is because let's look at 10.
It's 2 digits.
It is 2 digits. We've used the 1 and we've used the 0. That is a digit and that is a digit.
Can we draw that?
You can. Either way, you have to write down the words that I wrote down. I think you can handle the 5 words that are on the page, Mason. Thanks. Now, just like letters, depending on where you put them, you make a specific word, right? If I put S-A-T, that is different than A-T-S. The letters are the same, but those are not the same word. The same is true for our numbers. The number 1, 2, 3 is not the same as 2, 3, 1. Even though they have similar digits, the place and where I put those digits, that matters. You know this.
231.
You know that depending on where I put a digit changes the value of that number or what that number is worth. Hang on to that thought. We have a name for this. You've heard this. This is going to be written pretty big in your notebook, so get your big writing letters out. This is called place value. Place value.
Why
Find out what that is. No, that's just where my pen didn't connect. So those dots are just because my pen stopped working.
It's
Jordan, what's that?
You have to write the set
No, that's fine. Perfect.
I wrote it.
We don't need that announcement because that's not helpful.
I wrote down.
Place value. That means each spot, each place, has a special value, has a special worth. When I put a 2 in this spot, it means something different than if I put a 2 in this spot. I know you know this. You've done this before. There are three main place values that we're going to talk about. There can be so many more, but in third grade, we're only going to focus on 3 spots. We may go to the 4th one sometimes. So what I need you to do underneath place value is I want you to draw 3 lines, kind of like what we did in number talks today.
Okay.
Callie, what's that?
Can we still, if we already did it, can we still write the sad?
Sure. If you have a number in this spot right here, that spot right there tells me that's how many ones you have. We call that the ones place. Give me a Me Too signal if you have heard of the ones place before. Awesome. So you know when there's a digit in that spot, that digit represents the number of ones. So if there was a 7 there, Ava would look at that and say, oh, that means there's 7 ones. Or if I put a 3 there, that means, oh, there's 3 ones. You know that already. Does anyone know? What if I put a digit in this place? What does that spot mean? What is it worth when I put something there? Paxton? If you guys stand up, you gotta be back to seat. Yeah, that one's worth the 10s. So I know if I put a 2 in this spot, it's different than a 2 in this spot. Does this make sense? So if I put a 2 here, Mason, what is that number? It's just 2 ones. But if I put a 2 here, I would probably have to put a spot saver, which is my 0. What is that number? 20. Is 2 the same as 20?
No.
No, very different. I would much rather have $20 than $2, right? So knowing, even though it's the same digit, knowing that spot changes things. Same digit, it's still a 2, but I put it in a different spot, and now it's worth so much more. Brogan, what's that?
I know, can you say this?
What's our last place that I think you probably have used before? What's that last one, Marla?
The hundreds.
The hundreds.
How are we gonna fit the hundreds if it's so big?
You're gonna push it in there. Hundreds. So once again, if I move a 2 into that spot, my number has changed even more. Alright, if I put a 2 here, what number do I have now?
200.
200. Is that different than 2?
Oh.
Yeah. Very different. I know that is a really squished 100. It's hard to see, I
How
know.
much would have rather have $200 than 20 or
Same girl. We'll do one last one just in case, because you will see it. We won't do a lot with it in 3rd grade, but this number does, or this place value does exist. So we'll add one more line out in front of the hundreds. If I were to keep going, that means I have even more hundreds.
have to go off
I
the
would
line.
eventually get to where? What do you think is the next spot? What do you think that spot is for? Maverick? Thousands. You're exactly right. That's another long one. We'll have to squish it in there.
Can we just write it under them?
Yeah.
Under the hundreds?
Yep. I know I'm writing tiny.
Arrow? Just long.
Today we're going to play with changing digits in different places and see how that changes our number. Jordan, what's that? Oh, okay. You need help counting it? Okay, I'll be there in a second. Fantastic. Solve that problem. So today we're going to be playing with some digit cards. This is all the writing we're gonna do right now. So when you finish writing this down, your math notebook can go away. I'm gonna give you a set of digit cards. I just need you to cut them out neatly. You do not need glue. but you do need some scissors to cut them out neatly. Make sure you've got everything that's on my board in your math notebook. Change this number to be 10 more. When you got it, secret them. Gonna build it in front of you. What is 10 more? We were at 32, and we need 10 more. I don't see many secret thumbs. Avery, what number should I be at now?
42.
42. What changed? What changed? You should have the number 42 in front of you. What changed? Samaya, what changed? Yeah. We were in the tens place. And then when I said add a 10, you only changed the number in the tens place. Did you see that? Add one more to this number. Add one more to this number. Add one more to this number. What's my new value now? What number am I at now? Callie? 43. When I said add 1, you looked in that ones place and you changed the ones place. I went up 1 in my ones place. You should have the number 43. If you don't have the number 43 in front of you, get the number 43 in front of you. The rest of your digits need to be at the top of your desk. That way you can easily change them out. 43 should be in front of you. Add 10 more. When you've done it, give me secret thumbs. Add 10 more.
I have a 9.
Yes, everyone does. So, because the two of you can't get your life together over there, go back to your seat. Looking for secret thumbs. Archer, what number am I at now? Now I'm at 53. Archer, what place did you change? The tens. We went from 4 tens to 5 tens. We added 1 10. Probably why that's a bad idea. Also why I asked you to put your scissors up. Alright, you ready for a hard one? Harder one, I should say hard. Slightly harder. Add 20 more. Add 20 more.
Oh, that's easy.
Think about it. I do not like the phrase that's easy. Here's why. What's easy for you might not be easy for someone else. Oh, this math is easy for me. But I'm not telling you that because that's not nice. It's not kind. It doesn't make you feel good. Well, I'm an adult. So I'm looking for secret thumbs. When you've got this number, you have a question? What number am I at now? Mason.
73.
73. Mason, how did you figure that out?
So the 3 stays because you don't use the 3. If you use the 3, it will be 13.
Wow.
And you switch the 5 out with the 7 and 11. The 3.
Mason said you don't mess with the 3. Why do you not mess with the 3? Mason gave you a good idea. Why do you not mess with the 3? Mason just told you. I hope you're listening to Mason. Avery, why do we not mess with the 3?
You don't mess with the 3 because you said change the tens. This is not the tens. Even if it's the same number, don't change it.
Yeah, we were only changing our tens place because the number 20 is a multiple of 10. We just added 2 tens. Right? Alright, slightly harder. Subtract Mark, it might be helpful if you have the number 73 on your desk. Subtract 30. When you figured it out, give me that secret thumb. Subtract 30. Yes, Marley. I see that brain working. Can I share your strategy or what I think is your strategy? So Marley heard subtract 30. She knows that's really 3 tens. Did you figure that out? So she knew, all right, I'm messing with that 7. I watched her hold up 7 fingers, and she took away 3 of them, aka 70 fingers, and take away 30 of them. Then she saw, hey, I got 4 left. What number did you end up, Marley?
43.
43. Absolutely genius. Push your digits back together. I don't know why your whiteboard's out broken. I didn't ask for that. Build this number. Build that number when you've got it, secret thumb. Build that number when you've got it, secret thumb. Colby, can you read that number to me?
43.
This number above. New number. 285. You should have that number built in front of you. All right, to 285, I want you to add a 100. Add 100. When you got a new number, give me that secret thumb.
What number is it?
We're at 285.
Oh.
We're in a new column now. And now we added 100. So what number should I be at now? Jordan, what number am I at now? What digits did you change to get to 385? Actually, let me rephrase that question. What place did you change? Go ahead, Jordan.
I changed the 100 place.
Yeah, you heard me say, hey, we're going to add 100. So Jordan goes, hey, I have a special spot for hundreds. I'm just going to change the hundreds place. So now we're at 385 left. That's our new number that we're messing with. All right, ready? Subtract 50. Subtract 50. Think, am I changing the ones, tens, or hundreds? Subtracting 50.
I don't want 2 2s. I need 2 2s.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
That's not the right number you need, but I know what you're saying. Let's refresh. Let's change that to 40.
30.
Let's change it to 40. I see what you're saying, Bowen. I gotcha. Let's change it to subtract 40 instead of 50 because you're right. We would need a double digit.
Yeah.
Subtract 40.
I just
Loving that I'm seeing Connor use some fingers to work that out. Seeing a lot of good digits move around. So if I'm subtracting 40 from 385, what place am I working in?
30.
Mason, what place am I changing?
So you're only changing the middle digit.
Which is the what place?
The 10th place.
10th place. Are y'all listening to this genius?
You're only changing the 10th place because if you would have said change 48, you would have said, so that would have been 48. So what I did is I just took the 5 out and replaced it with a 4, and then there. You have 348.
Close. You didn't have the right number to start with, though. 385.
Oh.
Mason said, I'm changing the tens place. You're subtracting 40. 40 is a skip count of 10. Raise your hand if you know how to skip count by tens. Raise your hand if you know how to skip count by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60,
70, 80, 90, 100.
We'll stop there.
It's fine with
Yeah, we know how to skip count by 100, or sorry, by 10. So when we hear numbers like 40, we should automatically think, oh, skip count to 10. So Mason's totally right. We're playing with our tens place. That means our 300 is going to stay the same. That means our 5 is going to stay the same. I saw Connor using that same strategy as Marley. He held up 8 fingers. Hold up your 8 fingers. We're subtracting 4 of them because this is really 8 tens, so we need to get rid of 4 tens. Take away 4 fingers. How many fingers you got up?
2.
4. Our new number is 345. Make sure you got 345. If you don't have that number, build it because that's where we're at. Awesome. Add to this number. Add 400. Ooh, add 400.
Oh, that would be.
You can do it. Think about what's going to change. Add 400. I know you got it, man. I see it. See it. I see you, Julian. Well done, friend. What place changed? Julian, what place changed?
The hundreds.
The hundreds place, because you heard me say add 400, and you said, oh, that's hundreds. What's my new number, Julian?
It's 7.
The whole number.
Oh, the whole number is 745.
745. Give me any 2 signals you got there.
Ah,
Awesome.
awesome.
All right, we're going to do something a little bit trickier. Just a little bit trickier. I want you, we're at 745. I want you to add 11. 11. Well, we're not doing units. Thank you for that question. These are all naked numbers.
I don't have an F. I don't have an F.
Think about what's going to change
I don't have
with
an F.
11.
I don't have an F in it. Now, looks like an F.
It is tricky. It is tricky. 11 is tricky. Do you think you figured it out? Give me that secret thumb. 11 is tricky.
0. 0. Or I don't know.
All right, so let's think about that number 11. How many ones are in the number 11? That part's fun. How many ones are in the number 11? Emma?
Change the numbers.
Nope. Well, yes, you're not wrong. There are 11 ones. But how many, let me rephrase my question. How many ones are in the ones place in 11?
5, 3. I like 3. I'm replacing with a 0.
How many ones are in the ones place?
1.
Eyes on my board, please.
1.
Eyes on my board, please.
Now, how many?
Lydia?
What?
There's 1. Find your ones place. We're going to add 1 to that number. What's 5 ones plus 1, 1? You can all tell it to me out loud. 6.
6.
That means you need a 6 now. All right, cool.
What the?
I had 5 ones, then I had 1 more. Now I have 6 ones. Oh. How many 10s are in 11?
5 1.
Are in 11.
11.
There are not 11 10s in 11. Addison? There is 1 10 in 11. Here's my tens place. I need to add 1 more 10. Connor?
You're making this look really bright or funny.
Okay.
Or
What digit should I have there now? I had a 4 in my tens place. Hold on, thank you.
I don't want to break me.
And now that is one more 10. Julian?
I think the ones place has 1.
Nope, the ones place does not have 1 because we already figured out the ones place has a 6. We were at 4 10s, and now we've added 1 more 10. Maya? 5 10s. Did I have to add any hundreds? No, my hundreds stay the same. The new number I should be at is 756.